Okay, this is a redo of yesterday's kind of positioning and mic fiasco. So I am using a wireless mic now, which means I don't have my headset in. So if the mic cuts out, you guys got to let me know. But here is kind of a look at the start of the top of my kind of witchy swamp witch window valance. And as you can tell, I'm using 1,000 strands of yarn, but it kind of gives this nice organic look that the regular cord, the cotton cord. Oh, hello, Tammy. I was just explaining that I went ahead and did an example of what I want the top pieces of my valance to kind of start out with. And I'm going to show you guys the design I'm trying to kind of emulate. A lot of this is shoot from the hip. So we'll see how it goes, but this is a much better position for me to be doing the knot tying and all of that in. I'm kind of at like a little bit of a slant here, and I've got the bar much lower and I'm sitting down. Still got to kind of lean over, so I'm hoping my fuzzy red hair doesn't get in the way. If it does, let me know. So like I said, I'm using multiple strands of the yarn because I like the kind of natural organic look it gives. And I've got a bunch of different colors of green woven in here. I essentially, what is this? I don't even know what the gauge is of this yarn. Let me see. I might have a spool on me here, or a skein. I'm using it's like 5 ounce, 142 grams. Basically, it's the recommended, if you're a crochet or knitter, it's like a size 8 or 5 millimeter knitting needles and a size 6 crochet. So it's pretty small. So what I did to create, let me move this over here. And this is how you need to start. So you can start cutting out super long lengths. Mine are probably as tall as I am, but doubled, because we're going to lark's head the top around your valance, your stick, or whatever it is you chose to be your anchoring point for your crochet. Or not crochet, macrame, the other yarn thing. I made 8 strands, so 4 of each color, and then when you go to the middle and you lark's head knot it over, hitch it over the top, that's going to give you 16 strands. Did I say that right? I believe I did. 4 and 4. Doubled. Yeah. Okay. So start cutting your lengths if you haven't. And I'll kind of show you guys the other kind of yarn that I have for this. So let's go to this camera angle so you can see kind of the pulled out version. I've got this green, it's got like a little bit of a gold sparkle in it. It's a chenille. It's not exactly natural looking, but I thought it would kind of add a little bit of velvety elegance to it. I'm not sure where or how I'm going to pull that in right now, but we'll see where that goes. And then I've got this larger, chunkier bits that I'm also going to be using to make kind of this lattice. So let me show you the main picture here that I was referencing. And you guys saw this before. As you can see, I've got this kind of triangle shape, and that's where I'm figuring I'm going to start it. So I'm making probably 3 of those shapes. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. My window's not quite that wide, so I'm going to do 3 of those kind of diamond shapes. And then I think I'm going to do 2 individual chains and kind of start tying those in together, and then making this lattice, which I think I'm going to use that. Oh, I think. Ay, ay, ay. I hope I didn't. Okay, it says I have excellent connection. I think I lost people. Oh well, I'll just keep going. This has been, every time I try and do something in this guest room, it doesn't quite work out. Okay, so how I'm going to start is I'm going to divide these into equal parts. So I want to make sure I've got 4, 8, and make sure they're not crisscrossing too much at the top there. That'll give you problems. Manage your yarn as you're going through. How long did you lose me? Did you see what I was explaining on the Wacom tablet? I was kind of trying to, I don't know what you saw and what you didn't saw. See, Saucy. Okay, so I'm really sorry. I'm just gonna have to never do this in my overflow craft room / guest room. The internet is just terrible in here. Okay, so let's go back to Wacom tablet. As you can see, there are these little diamond shapes here. That's how I'm trying to start mine out. I thought that would be a good place to start. So I'll have 1, I'm going to do 2 and 3, because 4 would be, I think, too crunched and my window's not that wide. And then I think I will come in with the darker, maybe the chenille and gold sparkle one, and do these kind of ropes that come down and they're conjoined in some places. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it, but I'm just going to tie knots until it looks right. And then these lattice shapes, I'm probably going to probably do that with the thicker yarn that I have, the thicker kind of almost Kelly green ones. Oh no, it's probably me. So, as I said before, this is comprised of 6 lark's head knots, and each strand is basically, it's 8 that's doubled, which makes 16. So let me get a piece of yarn and I will show you how to do a lark's head, just so we can get on the same space. Never mind my gross windows. This house is really old too. Don't judge me. Okay, so to do a lark's head hitch, you're going to find your middle of your, I'm going to say rope because I'm used to tying knots for like previous jobs. But when I say rope, I mean yarn. So find the middle of your piece of yarn, and then you're going to make a loop, drape it over, grab, put your hand through, grab your loose ends, pull them through, and you've done a lark's head. I just call it a hitch. Okay, that's how you get started. And you can make yours as thin or as thick as you would like. You can make this completely free form. It's up to you. I kind of had a design in mind, but we'll see where this goes. I've actually never done like a full macrame thing before, so I wouldn't even really say that this is completely macrame. Then, like, what is the difference between crochet and macrame? Huh? Tammy, you would know that. You would know. And does the mic sound okay? I think I might actually be kind of on the loud side. I hope not. I think I can turn it down. It might be a little better. Anyway, I got the wireless mics working. That was a flippin' ordeal. But it will make these things a lot easier since I don't have to worry about certain things anymore, like moving. I still got to worry about it for other camera equipment, but at least the mic doesn't have to shift around so much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I'm going to start in with a double hitch. Yeah, no hook would be probably the big, big difference, right? And then, so these are going to be in segments like that, okay? So each of these are going to represent like a diamond. Divide these up evenly. And I haven't even been caring if I have equal amount of the greens. So I will say, because I'm doing this like full length, that is a bit of a nightmare with the super long ends because I'll be pulling them through. Okay, so I'm going to be securing this with a double hitch. And since I'm going to be starting to the right first, this is going to be the one that I'm putting rope around. Okay, so I brought it down, securing it kind of with my finger to leave that loop open, and then I'm going to pull the rest of it through. That's one. Oops. Maybe velvet gloves was not a good idea. Everything's going to stick to them. Okay, so that's 1, 2. And now we can move on to this back strand, and we're going to do the same thing. Do 2. Oh, don't get stuck, please. One. Kind of clean up your knots, make sure that all the strands are pulled through, or you don't necessarily have to, because that'll just make it seem even more random and organic. Okay, now we have our first kind of side to the diamond. Now we're going to go down the other side. And as you can see, I've pulled this piece. The second strand is going to be working around the far side. The far left strand. I don't know if you saw what I was doing. If that was in the camera, I'll try to do it up higher. So go down, pull it around. So you can see what's happening there, okay? we're going to do two going to the other direction to bring our diamond back the other way. So on top, nope, on the bottom, twisted. Oh my God, that bug is near my head. One. Two. So now we brought our diamond headed towards the middle. Now we got to repeat that on this side. We want it going. So now we need our running end tail to come to the right, to the outside. Keep picking up strands from the other one. Here we go. And now we can bring them together in the middle. And since I want to continue my pattern going kind of down diagonally this way, I'm going to pull, this is going to be my running end, go underneath. Yeah, Velvet Gloves is catching on this yarn really bad. One, and then we'll do another double hitch. Okay, and kind of straighten out your knots. It's a bit more difficult for me right now because I'm sitting about 2 feet away from the actual yarn. So it's going to be quite a good workout for me. All right, so that's one diamond, and we are going to go repeat that on the other ones. Counting my strands, make sure I got enough so it looks even. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Did you get farther with your projects yesterday? It's my junkyard dog outside making a scene. Okay, so we started going to the left there. Okay, we got our right side of our diamond going. Oh, hello, how are you doing? Almost done, got to do the lights tonight. That's fantastic. One day I will have all of my decor out before, I honestly am just going to start doing it in September. Like, have it out all of September. Pulled on my knot too tight. What is going on? Too late. I'm not going back. Sometimes if you do it over or under wrong, it flips out in a funky direction, and you don't want that. Easy enough to undo though. As you can see, my yarn's having a hard time twisting. I'm just gonna undo this one, I don't like it. Okay, come on. I think this is where a crochet hook would probably come in handy. Trying to get something undone if you need to back out. There we go, that's what was wrong. I had a piece from the other strand stuck in there. This is going to be a real long craft along for my back. What was your weird Google problem? Hello, Pumpkin Squeak. You've been on quite a number of adventures lately. Okay, now that we have them equal on both sides, I'm going to tie them together. And I'm only using the double hitch knot. Okay, now we have 2 diamonds. A little bit of slack on that one. Now we do the last one. Kept asking you to add another channel. Add another channel? Like you needed to subscribe to something? Sorry, I'm getting all this stuff untangled. Come on. At least I'm trying to. Okay. word of the wise. Do not wear velvet when working with yarn. So I started watching the Midnight Club. I like it so far. Telling ghost stories. Okay, so now we got 3 diamonds. We need to make 2 on the next row. So we'll start by braiding, skip the 2 strands on the outside, just put those away. And you're basically going to be braiding exactly the same, just making another diamond right here. Okay, so we got our left leaning knots, and then we go back to the other side. And as I was saying before, these knots look a lot more precise and geometric when you're using regular cord, but I thought it looked too clean for what I wanted to do. And I am liking it. I am digging it. I think these will be really cool, and it works up pretty quick. Oh, bug. No, he landed right in front of me. Oh, but not close enough to reach. I hate these beetles so much. Okay. Now we got to bring this right side down. So essentially your running end will end up on whatever direction you want your knot to go. So like I want this to be going to the right. So crisscross it. Okay. We almost have our second little diamond panel. And this is about as far as I've thought ahead. So it's going to get real interesting. Like I said, when I first went live, I'm just going to tie knots till it looks right. Why is that always twisting? I must be doing something. Whatever. I think I'm over tightening it. Sometimes if you pull your knots too tight, it'll like misshape it. No, I got a bubble. It's like when you put your hair up in a ponytail and you get really wonky, bubbly hairs coming out. Oh my God. It just keeps getting closer. Oh, you guys can probably even hear it. I'm gonna have to get the Wolfman up here. But he's like right in the entire filming situation. I would have to get up in front of the camera. All right, I gotta take care of this bug or it's gonna freak me out. I'm gonna put you guys on the Wacom tablet so you can see my design, and I'm gonna get rid of this bug. Okay, so hang on. Anyway, where were we? Oh God, I think we're tying these two together. That diamond ended up a tad bigger. Thanks, Mr. Beetle. Up in my business. Whatever. Okay, and now we got to do one diamond at the bottom. So ignore all these on the sides. Just grab your innermost 4 pieces. Oh. Are we back on? Do you guys see it? Just want to make sure. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like my short-term memory sucks. That's why I'm sticking with a fairly simple pattern, because if I'm talking or trying to monitor anything else while I do something, I will forget stitches and all of that, which is no bueno. All right. Now we have 2. And we have all of this to play with. And I might have mentioned already, but I'll be kind of brushing this out with like a horsehair brush to give it a little more of a fuzziness to it. That way it doesn't look like yarn so much as it does actual moss. Let me plug my mic back in so it stays charging. Like, I don't want to stick with crafts that are just very easy to film, but man, does that sound like a good idea sometimes? Just these tentacles of yarn are quite aggravating at times, but I think it's coming along. Definitely has a spooky swamp witch vibe. I always say bog witch because I feel like a bog isn't as wet as a swamp, maybe. Okay, so I'm just moving over these parts here. For whatever reason, camera's focusing on my neighbor's yard. Okay. Hope Wolfman is not writing me. I can't get to my phone. I'm gonna take a look. Okay. Here we go. I didn't want to do more than one of them because I would have felt bad if everyone's still cutting yarn and I'm like, okay, that's it. We're done. And everyone's still like, yeah, I'm cutting yarn still. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Sarah. Well, I'm guessing though that the majority of people aren't doing it right now anyway. Which is totally fine because I think it's really awesome that you can watch lives after they're not live. That was probably the best thing that YouTube has done, in my opinion. Saving lives. Ha, get it? Has everyone been enjoying the weather? It kind of got hot again today. Hot and dusty for whatever reason. We haven't had rain in a while here in Kansas. Oh, for the Secret Society folks, I got a message from Pragmatic Weirdo who said that the time capsule is in the ground. So, but since shipping costs are friggin' ridiculous, we're still gonna hold off on sending you guys the grave dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these I accidentally pulled a strand out of, so it'll be a little scrawny. I think it was this one. which will also make my knots come into weird shapes, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this one's missing a strand. Yeah, now the spell can take effect and we'll all be wildly successful. Misbehaving yarn. He said he didn't get to make any videos of it going in, but he said his friend snapped some pictures, which that'll do. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, one diamond down. We got a couple more to go. And then we can move on to a lot more stuff. If we look back at the pattern real quick, we'll wait till I get the diamonds done before we try and troubleshoot the next big shape. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I took some time off this week to work on secret projects for you guys, the Secret Society. I never know what to do with vacation days, so I always use it to just catch up on stuff that I wanted to do, but I'm like working, doing things I don't want to do the majority of the time. Where are you from, little string? Oh my gosh, come on. This would have been a good day to have swamp music, but it's kind of bright in here to be swampy. Yeah, I had to do away with the mood lighting for this particular craft along because knot tying is hard to see in the dark. I saw a really funny meme about movies these days being so insanely dark that people can't even watch them, and then like the volume levels are super off between the dialogue versus the music. Wolfman hates watching movies with me because I'm constantly like, can you turn it up? Whoa, why is it so loud? Turn it down. Can't help it. They just make it crazy. Okay. 2. Just kind of make sure they're the same length, otherwise it's good awkward shapes. Or, I mean, you don't have to, obviously. We're going for organic. One, two, 3, 4. do. I haven't really done any October activities yet. I've gone to like a Ren Fest, like almost every dang weekend, because I got season, my mother had got me season passes. Well, I didn't go this weekend. Too much going on. There's another beetle trying to get in here. They must be coming in through this window I'm sitting in front of. Old houses. Aren't they great? Okay. 3 diamonds. Now we do 2. Make sure I am using the correct ones, because they can get kind of twisted a bit. And I used cheap yarn for this, by the way. I didn't use anything crazy expensive. Got it on sale, but it was hard to find the colors I was looking for. Everything was like a pastel. I was like, nah. Or a Kelly green, which isn't terrible, but not quite what I'm looking for. Did I do that right? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes. Okay. Next diamond. Skip the outer two. Make sure you have the actual outer two. Yep, see, it's easy to get tossed around. If you are tuning into this and you don't have your cardigan yet, will you make sure that you have sent me the size you want if you are in the Academy of, or have been in the Academy of Crafts tier? Just want to put that little reminder out. Okay, so now we've got 2 diamonds. We need to do 1 in the middle, and then we're done with our top diamond shapes, and then we're going to start doing some larger open work pieces. Kind of borrowing the term open work. Okay. Voila. Okay. Now, let's take a look. We got all 3 of these diamonds. I'm going to kind of space them where I want them, because the window that this will be going on is roughly the same size as the one that I am working on now. So we got the first part done. And I think if we go back to the pattern, so we have accomplished these shapes here. Now I just need these coming down and connecting over. I think I should probably use, maybe I use the super thick stuff because it'll build up this shape faster. So maybe I'll do a double strand, and then I'll do maybe square knots coming down. 2, yeah, all right, let's give it a shot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take some of these. Let me go back to my main cam. Ow! Uh-oh. My thing came unclipped. All right. I'm going to work with 2. I think 2 will do it. I'll just hitch these around. So I'll get a couple of those. I'm going to do 4 hitched. I'm afraid that's going to be too thick. We'll give it a shot. All right, so we're going to go hitch 1. That might be enough. I don't want it to be too thick. And just use single strands. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think that's going to be enough. I don't want to make it too thick, right? My goal isn't to blot out the sun with this window covering, as tempting as that is. So now we got to make these 2 sections. Oh my gosh, there's a hornet too. What is going on? All right, so the goal is here. Those almost look like little skeleton faces. Yeah, I need to do 4 to fill up that gap that we got there. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure there's like some swanky way to kind of configure and calculate these macrame type design things, but oh, who's got time for that, right? Yes, okay, this will be a good amount. And I like the variation in the green. I think that'll look good. Okay, so now I need to do square knots, I think, going down. And I will show you guys how to do that. So I know we're trying to keep these spaced where we want them, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to move all this stuff aside. Okay, to do a square knot, you're going to take your 2 middle sections and leave them hanging. I'm not going to lie, this is going to be a nightmare to do the square knots with all of this length of yarn. But you're doing an over and under in the back, but you got to go behind that one and then go up and under on the other. And this is 1/2 of it. Okay, you see how I've gone over and under? And then you repeat that, but doing the opposite. So first one, I'll put, I can't even remember what I did. Short-term memory problems. So this one will come forward and this end will go back. And that will be a square knot. Now it's going to take a lot. Usually square knots will build up pretty quick, but we're not using a whole lot of yarn, so it's not going to. And all that is going to make kind of like a rope going down. And I think that's how we're going to do it. Till probably, I think, and we'll make the rope looking parts till probably right here, the bottom of our triangles. Okay, let's get to work on that. So you guys see how that's making a rope? You could also, well, it's in, if you wanted to, you could also just braid these if you wanted to, make it really fast, which kind of looks nice. Honestly, that might be a better idea. It looks a lot thicker. It's not compressing so much. Let's do that. So yeah, I get to undo all these knots. And I'm taking it pretty much. Most of you guys should know how to do a braid. Maybe not. But I like the thicker look of the braid, so we're gonna go with that. The wolfman enters the room. It's really hot in here, but I got some water. Nope, I think that's it. Bugs keep trying to break in the house, though. I already had to eliminate a beetle. Nice. Yep. Thank you, though. Yeah, let's make this build up faster, and you could leave the double knot there, or the square knot, if you wanted to. But I'm just gonna braid this a little tighter. One of your strands will be, you can either French braid it or just divide it up into however many parts you want. But you need 3 strands for a regular braid. You could do a French braid if you want, but I'm not that fancy. I will say that's the big drawback to using yarn is it takes so much yarn to be able to see the shapes, but okay, so now that we're going to stop here, I think I'm going to put a single overhand knot right here. Or a very large square knot. I think a large square knot would probably sit better. So we will do that. Oh, of course, all my stuff's tangled. I got a good, nice little snag here at the bottom of this yarn. Okay, over front and behind. This is going to go behind and in front. tangles. It's killing me here. Stupid tangles. Back when I used to knit, I would just knit a giant like square and unravel it as like stress relief. And I used to think untying knots was like a relaxing thing to do. Now I got to redo that last couple parts of the braid. Okay. Bend over, but behind, go behind, pull through. Please don't tangle, please don't tangle. Okay. Let me go the other way. Behind, in front of. Front of to the back. Don't you dare tangle. Okay, that's a square knot. And then from here we can kind of branch out. But I gotta do the other one first. And we want to make it as long as the other one, untangle this as we go along. And then we do a square knot again. Okay. It's a little bit faster than tying 1,000 square knots. Now we just gotta figure out how we want to tie these in to the diamonds. I'm not quite sure. Could do kind of the same thing and braid these down. They could catch into that. So I catching my fuzzy red head in there. You know what? Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do to tie them together? Let's look at the concept again. So these almost need to frame it and come together like this. I'm at kind of a stumped moment. Bring this down. What if I tie these off and pull in half of the strands from that? I think maybe I made them too long, these things. I could cross them, that would shorten them up. Oh, nope, I pulled it up. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. I'm trying to figure out how to pull these together in a way that I like. Now I can go off to the side here and hitch these to pull it towards the other one. And do like a double hitch. I think that works. That'll get us going a little faster, I think, towards what we're looking for. Just start doing some loose half hitches. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh. Get too much pushing on it. Oh. Hang on, let me fix this. There we go. I stepped on the yarn here. So gonna be, I also want to incorporate some stuff into the danglies, like some spherical bits, like a dream catcher type situation. But I thought about putting little potions in it. Yeah, and then I think what I will do is like maybe put these strands together to create kind of that one shape we're looking for. So let's see, 3, 4 on that side. Okay, so I'm about to cut these long green ones down a bit. They're pretty obnoxiously long. Let's do that. They're a lot longer than the light green ones. They're like 3, 4 feet longer. There we go. That should be a little easier, hopefully. Okay. I want it to go the other way. Okay, so now they're back together. What if I cross that to make that lattice pattern? The way these hitches work is kind of like gravity holding them in place. If you want to look at it that way. I think that will work, and it'll build it up quickly so we're not here a million years. Tie in 1,000 knots, and then we'll go over or under because I want to mimic that lattice pattern. It's working. There's another element that I'm going to be putting back there with the green, these green sparkly ones. So I don't want it to be too closed. So I'm going to make sure I don't overdo it. So then I think that's probably the triangle bits are about as intricate as I'm going to get. Everything else is just going to be very loose. So let me go like that. Let's see, where do I want this next strand to go? You're intrigued about the dangly potions? Yeah, I was thinking about leaving open spaces like this and then having like little potions strung up like they're charging from the sun or moon or whatever. So I want to have enough open space where the light will hit them. I don't have like an example. I've got like a bead here. So for instance, hanging like a bead, or, well, it's white, so you can't even see it. So, what I want to do, I think, is maybe I'll do a diagonal knot, and that will give this an attachment point. Or do I want to hitch it back up? What do you guys think? Hitch it back up or bring it down at a diagonal? What do you think? Because I think either way, I'm probably going to need like a chevron diagonal just to have more things to build off of. But I'm liking this here. Go up. Okay, so take this one and I can hitch it like to this diamond here. I just got to remember this whole pattern. Make sure you tug on things so they don't get too, so I feel like this is not adequate enough. Pull that a little more. There we go. Maybe it's too much, too tight. Okay. And then that goes back up into let's see. Is that too far up? That looks too far up. Oh, that's why. And I can make those kind of drape a little bit, or should they be straight? You guys are like, I don't know, you're the person trying to teach us. I'm teaching you how to wing it. That's I think I don't want it to be super taut, because moss kind of hangs a bit, but I also don't want it to be too loose and droopy. I do think a crochet, like a large crochet hook, might be better when doing this kind of function. Just to be able to get the whole bunch out of there. Did I hitch that the wrong way? Yes. Ow. You guys still hear me? Let me check the battery power on these wireless mics. Looks like they're holding strong. I'm pretty impressed with them. Okay, now from here, I think we do a diagonal. I might scoot my camera back a little bit so you guys can see more of the big picture. But I think we go make sure it's not too high. And then I will take the next strand, do the same thing. Oops. Crisscross, applesauce, wrong way. I was sitting on the floor last night just kind of messing around with yarn, and oh, my legs hurt so bad in the morning. It was like the lack of oxygen from me sitting with my legs all crunched up atrophied my muscles. Crafting is a young person's game. Oh, come on. I should have made a valance for my kitchen window. Instead, it's like a teeny tiny witch window. Now, I gotta do one of the big windows in the living room because tangles. Why not? Don't want to do it that way. Over. There we go. Sometimes my brain, stop tangling. Guys. Bear with me between the bugs and tangles and the heat. 1, 2. I'm going to do 4. 1, 2. So as you can see, that's creating kind of a downward motion, and these are going to start spider webbing over yonder as I get done with them. Yeah? Yeah. Because this is the cord that's going to keep going down, and these are going to go over. Yeah! We're doing it, guys. Despite the rocky start. Over. Nope. Nope, I got that twisted. Oh, gosh. Sometimes my brain, when I have to do a left-handed, like, I hope no one important is calling me. My phone keeps going off. It's probably just Discord, but still. Why is my brain not working right now? That will go the wrong way. This way. Sometimes until you get that first hitch in, everything is going to look like it's going the wrong way. And I honestly would do these on like the spring-loaded valances, or if you've got, how many was that? Was that enough? 2, 3, 4. I'll do one more, just whatever. Do it on a spring-loaded valance, so if it's just holiday decor that you're making, then you can take it down and put it back up very easily. Okay, so what we got here are these 3 little spindly bits that will come over to this side. And this line is going to keep continuing down. Nope, I did that one wrong too. The first one always gets me. Well, I guess I need to move the camera down a little bit for you guys. Let me do that real quick. Now you can see a little bit more of the valance. Oh, my head's starting to get in the way. Don't mind me. Nope, that's not it. Yes, that should be it. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's looking very voodoo. Okay, so now I got to do something to tie these in with this green section, the dark green. And I'm probably going to do like the rest of this off screen and then just show you guys what I got when all was said and done. Let's see, where's the next one? Is this one it? Yep. And could I do little fancier knots in between these? Yes. Do I care to right now? No. I like it. And then we got to get this to the center somehow. So we'll keep going until it matches into the center of this diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, And then I think I've got one more, and then I'm technically at the center of this diamond over here. So let's see. Getting a little twisted. One. Make sure you are grabbing the right things, which I think I am. I need to like step on these other ones so they don't interfere. Okay. And when I start working on the back, I'm just going to flip the valance over, but typically people work from from the back first. Okay, I don't want to do that anymore. So we should probably do it all on this side as well to keep it symmetrical. Now, what did I do? Okay. I think I took these, right? And I think I started going down with these. Right? Is that what I did? Someone replay the tape. 1, 2. Three. 4. And then I did this one. Oh, is that actually 2? Oh yeah, I did them separately. Okay. I think I'm doing this right. Anyone stop me if I did something different. Write it down next time in case. This looks okay. I think it's symmetrical. And then let's keep going. One, 2, 3, 4. Then we tied this off to here. Make sure it's tension's right. Then we go with the next one, right? Is this it? Nope, wrong. Those are both wrong. Okay. The right side. Yeah, I think is that this one? I think it's this one. Gets a knot right here. I think it needs to pull down a little bit. Okay. And then I think I went and did another row. Looks half the length of the left. As in, I need to move it down. Is that what you mean? Like that? Okay. Now I need this strand. One. Two. Three. Four. I declare a thumb war. Okay. And I think that's the last strand before the, wait, what's this? Where are you at? Oh, okay, that's the outside. Okay. Now, maybe we can do a braid here. Yeah? Nah. I guess we need needs to be lower. What do we think? I could wrap these. I could leave them dangling. If I wrap them, that'll open this middle piece up more. Or no, wait, I said I was gonna do almost like a spider web till I ran out, right? I was gonna go down here and hitch it. Again, let's go farther down. Oh, stop tingling. I think it's too repetitive. Do you think? Might be too repetitive. But it does end it here into the braid kind of nicely. Do you think it's too repetitive? Should I do something, try and figure something else out? A knot or something in it. There you go. So what I did was I hitched it, but then I hitched it to where the little green part will be in the center of it. And then I will go back and do the same thing, so it'll kind of give it almost a decorative knot. Almost like a, what is that, the berry knots. And then I'll go back over here. Do the same thing. But I'm doing it underneath, not on top. Don't want to close it up too much. Wait, wrong way. Okay. So how did this not end up, is it, it's too short, one side. So I must have missed doing another row. Here, think I probably got to do another 4. I want to do some macrame lampshades to kind of go with these two. I think that was 3. And 4. I think I did knots a lot tighter on one side than the other, but whatevs. Okay, so I'm going to hang this up higher in the window so we can take a good look at it and then discuss yay or nay on doing more. So give me just a minute. I'm going to put you guys on the concept screen. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, my aching back. Okay. I don't know how well that will stay there, but I'm going to tie off these other sides so you guys can get an idea of kind of how this is going to go. I'll drape it over here. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, let's take a look. It'll be spread out a bit more. You see, I don't think I want to do too much, honestly. Let me, oops, weaken the tablet. Let me spread it back out how it's supposed to be. Okay, let's take another look. So that's where we're at. I think I'm going to cut them at different lengths in the center. Maybe make some large, out of all that extra yarn, maybe I'll make some tassels out of that or hang some beads. But I want to clear that window out just a little bit there in the center. But I guess that's not really the center. The center is going to be the other triangle piece. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I am going to probably end the live stream, and then I'm going to duplicate everything that I did on that side on the right side, and then trim it up where I don't want yarn to be, and then I will post a finished picture of it for you guys. So I like how it's kind of open. It just looks like, I just want to look like lichen and moss is dangling. But I feel like a witch would be like, I love this stuff, and then braid it into a curtain or something. I might do some little add-in pieces with the sparkly green one. I'm not sure, because I don't, like I said, I don't want it to be too much. So, hope you guys take a stab at this one, because it's pretty easy. It's just hard to film. And there's like other decorative work, and you can hitch onto other little strands. Just, you can honestly make it work any way you want. If you just understand the basic hitch knot, honestly, you can do anything with it. So if you have any questions, or you need to see a slower close-up video of the knot, let me know, or how to do any of this. Oh, you just made it? Well, I got one side of the curtain done. So let me go back to the main. I'm using the super zoomed in lens. But that was kind of our improvised design that kind of resembled the little concept. I could have done a couple more bold braids in there, and it's not too late to do it. I could, but that kind of gives you guys an idea. So I'm going to finish up the other side, and I will put it down in the room where it's going to go, because I have dark green velvet curtains in my living room. So this is going to be kind of an accent to that. And then I will post a picture for everyone to see. Sound good? Thank you everyone for joining and being patient while I untangled the yarn. And I hope this kind of gives you some ideas. And if you don't have any questions, I'll end the live stream now. And then, once again, you guys can get a hold of me in Discord. If you're not in Discord, you should be. Fun stuff, great people, lots of inspiration. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and maybe, I think tomorrow's a holiday or something. So enjoy that as well. Bye.